Wonder raised $350 million in Series B funding at a $3.5 billion valuation. Founded by serial entrepreneur Marc Lore, Wonder is a mobile restaurant delivery service that partners with chefs to develop exclusive menus and take the recipes to your doorstep. Wonder sources its ingredients and partially prepares the meal from a central commissary, then the food is cooked and plated in a truck outside your door. What Wonder has over traditional delivery services such as Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Grub Hub is that the food is served as soon as it's prepared, just as a restaurant would. Customers don't have to receive cold food or eat out of soggy delivery boxes. Wonder is still in their infancy in terms of both their service area and business development. Currently, they are in test mode in the affluent town of Westfield, New Jersey. Their marketing doesn't make it clear who exactly the service is best for. Their branding suggests it's a new take on traditional food delivery services, but at the end of the day, it's more like a low-cost, part food truck, part ghost kitchen with an Uber Eats-like app. Given the cost of such a service, Wonder would not directly compete with apps like Uber Eats or Grubhub, as their price points are different. While prices are still likely to change, current prices vary drastically based on what kind of food you order. Mark mentioned there are affordable options such as tacos for $37 that feeds a family of 5, but he also alluded that for a Bobby Flay steak, expect to pay significantly more. Based on the pricing structure, it would make sense for Wonder to target situations where you may have a party or guests and there are larger groups of people eating. However, in the affluent town of Westfield, it seems the customers that order Wonder don't really care about the price and often use the service for a small family dinner. As Wonder eventually expands to new cities, it's hard to say if their target customer will continue to be affluent small family dinners. Mark has stated that they will be paying a minimum of $22 an hour for chefs. To have a customer base outside of the rich, the high upfront costs challenge its affordability. In larger groups, however, the unique fixed costs are more negligible and could become a reasonable option. While Wonder differentiates itself from traditional food delivery apps, they're also losing out on some of the features that keep it reasonably affordable and convenient for users. Delivery drivers for Uber Eats are not paid hourly, but per delivery, and are free to do as many or as little deliveries as they like. Currently, Wonder serves meals during a set window of time, and customers have complained that a lack of specific delivery time can be frustrating or even a deal breaker. It seems Wonder's current testing strategy is to partially prepare the food earlier and then drive the trucks around to customers until they sell out. While traditional food delivery apps fill a need for spontaneous ordering, Wonder struggles to keep up. Wonder could benefit from more lead time from the customer well in advance. This would help to secure necessary ingredients, prepare the food, ensure chef availability, and more importantly, have a set delivery time. It seems in the testing phase, they haven't quite figured out a balanced solution. Wonder also requires the delivery driver to be a chef. Coupled with high fuel prices and a labor shortage, this could make it difficult to keep Wonder's mobile food trucks fully staffed. Large-scale expansion may be slow as the food is partially prepared at a central commissary first, thus requiring chefs to be within a certain distance to the commissary. There is one big positive to Wonder's differentiation, namely that they can make larger margins from the food itself. Traditional food delivery apps make their revenues from delivery fees and commissions on each item. Because Wonder is sourcing the ingredients and preparing the food themselves, they can have more control over the margins of the food. In order to be profitable, however, they'll need to fine-tune their menu and minimize costs such as the fees paid for licensing restaurants and delivery. Traditional food delivery apps have faced sharper pressure on their bottom lines as a result of higher operating costs, including payments to restaurant partners, staff, and drivers. Consumer behavior changed sharply when states began implementing lockdowns in 2021. Consumers cooked their own meals with stockpiled groceries and ordered takeout and delivery more. Obviously, companies that catered to the shifting behavior saw soaring demand, but only time will tell if consumers will hold on to these habits. We are starting to see cracks in the longevity of the traditional food delivery business model. DoorDash, for example, continues to see rising revenue, but remains unprofitable, and Blue Apron, a meal kit delivery service, still struggles to hold on to customers as memberships are often canceled a few months later. Wonder has been compared to companies such as Zoom, a Silicon Valley startup that created mobile pizza restaurants where the food was prepared by robots. Zoom was once valued at a reported $4 billion, but in 2020 laid off over half its employees and pivoted to food packaging, production, and delivery systems. It was estimated that Zoom was burning through $10 million per day in the summer of 2019. Marc is no stranger to the delivery business as he founded Jet.com, an e-commerce site sold to Walmart for $3.3 billion and later led Walmart's US e-commerce division. Wonder also operates its own traditional food delivery service called Envoy as an attempt to sway users to not use apps such as Uber Eats and DoorDash, which currently accounts for 25% of their revenue. Although Marc has received significant funding for Wonder, potential investors may question his focus on the food startup. He is currently invested in several companies such as Archer, an electric flying vehicle startup. In 2021, he, alongside Major League Baseball star Alex Rodriguez, bought the Minnesota Timberwolves. Despite all the investments and businesses Marc has to manage, he also plans to build a 200,000-acre city of the future. Wonder has potential to challenge traditional food delivery services as it operates under a different business model. Tightening economic conditions will test the startup's ability to survive in the long run, as they'll need to master the entire process to ensure eventual profitability. So what do you think? Is Wonder going to be the next big delivery service?